On April 6, 1917, the United States declared war on Germany, bringing the United States into World War I. And a problem that was faced by the government was, how do we change public perception? How do we change public opinion? Because for months and months and months, we, meaning the United States government, had taken an isolationist stand. And so we weren't going to get involved. This was a war in Europe. We are going to remain neutral. Well, of course, several incidents over in Europe that involved Americans made it very difficult for us to stay neutral. And so finally, again, April 6, 1917, the United States declared war on Germany. And so what the government did is they actually created a committee on public information. And this committee was composed of the Secretary of State, the Secretary of War, the Secretary of Navy, and a civilian. And the civilian was actually Mr. George Creel. And so these four individuals headed the committee to basically change public perception. And so within this committee, they created the Division of Pictorial Publicity. And this actually created and produced 1,438 designs. And the artists that were in charge of creating these posters volunteered their time, volunteered their work to create these because they understood the importance of their work. And so the themes of the works included the draft, recruitment, rationing, war bond drives, victory gardens, and basically why America was fighting. And so what we're looking at is a couple of different themes that we have posters for. This collection, we only have about 12, 13 posters up right now, but the Lyon County History Center actually has a collection of about 140 posters from World War I. And the first one we're going to talk about are these two right here. And we focused on this because for the most part, they tried to stay pretty positive with the message. They didn't want to instill fear. They really wanted it to be a positive message. But if you look at these two, different posters, you'll see that they are definitely creating fear. You have this one that says Hun or Home, buy more Liberty bonds. And then you'll look at this one, Halt the Hun, buy U.S. government bonds, Third Liberty loan. So these were all bond drives. They were trying to raise money. And if you look, you'll see colors. They're very dark. This one is using like a charcoal. And if you look, they used the red in only certain places. And if you look at it, it's, to symbolize blood. And you can see this is a German soldier over a body. And you can see the body right here and the leg. You can see on this young girl's legs, there's cuts. She's holding a child. Her face is red. And Hun was something they used. It was a derogatory name for the Germans. And in this one, and they're both by the artist Raleigh, and he did go more for the dark, the ominous posters. That's what he was known for. And here you see a Allied soldier coming to rescue the woman who's holding the child, to rescue her against the German soldier. So again, fear, not a tactic they used very often, but they did use it. I also want to mention the artist. I said Raleigh. His name is Henry Patrick Raleigh. His early work was featured in Vanity Fair, Harper's Bazaar, Collier's, and Saturday Evening Post. By his 25th year as being a commercial artist, he had published over 20,000 illustrations. And at the time of World War I, he was one of the highest paid illustrators of his time. So again, you can definitely see the similarities in these two posters that were done by the same artist.